Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today's practice is a short, stretchy flow. Great for any time of the day, for any ability. So hope you enjoy. Come to a cross-legged seat, sitting up nice and tall with the hands to the knees. Just closing the eyes for a couple of breaths. Just arriving in your practice, noticing how your body's feeling today. Just noticing the breath, trying to make the breaths that bit longer and a bit deeper. Turning your attention inwards, just noticing how you're feeling on the inside as well as physically. So just blinking the eyes open, we're just going to start to circle the rib cage over the legs. So just warming up through the sides of the body, bringing some gentle movement in. And then taking it back in the opposite direction. And coming back to centre. Keeping that nice upright spine, we're just going to take one hand down to the side. The opposite hand's going to come into the centre in front of you and then all the way over. So we're coming into a side stretch. So just lifting the chest towards the ceiling. Taking a breath. Bringing that hand down to the opposite side. The other hand comes into the centre in front and then carries on all the way up and over, spiralling that shoulder open to the chest to the ceiling. Again, we'll do one more each side. So bringing that hand back down, opposite hand comes out and then travels all the way over. And again for the opposite side, one more time. Bringing the arm out in front, then carrying it on up and over, spiraling the chest to the ceiling. Lovely, we come all the way back to centre. So just stretching the legs out in front of us, we're coming into a gentle staff position. So the legs are straight. Find the sit bones, so just move the fleshy parts of your bum to the sides, so you sat upright. If you do struggle in this position, you can sit on the edge of a block or a blanket, just to make that upright position a bit more accessible. Just bringing the hands to the lower back, to the side of the hips. We're just going to sit up nice and tall, engaging the muscles in the quads, flexing the feet, engaging the core a little bit as well. So you should feel a little bit of engagement in the lower belly. This is quite a deceiving posture because you feel like you're doing nothing, but after a few breaths you do start to feel it working. You can either stay in this position and just hold that position as it is. I can start to lift one leg slightly off the mat and lower, and then the opposite leg and lower. Just a few inches off the mat if you can lift it. If not, don't worry at all. And we'll just leave it there. We're going to draw the knees in, taking the feet to the floor. Knees are bent, keeping the hands on the floor for a start. Just going to drop both knees to one side. So coming into that 90 degrees with the legs. Moving across to the opposite side. So working into the hips. We're just going to keep that moving in your own time with your own breath. Just moving the legs from one side to the other. You can start to lift the hands, bring the hands to heart centre if that works for you, but just leaving them on the floor if that feels better. Especially if it's your first movement for the day. Just waking us up nice and gently. This time we drop the knees down. We're going to take the hands for a twist. So bring the hands behind you to the mat and then twist in that 90 degree leg shape. Take a breath. Bring it back to centre. Swap the legs to the other side. And again we twist. Take the hands behind. Nice little length down the spine as we twist. coming all the way back to centre. We're just going to bring the legs in, come up onto the toes, and we're just going to hold that balance. You can keep the fingertips on the mat, or you can bring them to heart centre, just trying to hold your balance in that toe stand. Maybe closing the eyes, that's a different game altogether. Oops. Relax the hands, we're just going to come to standing. So try and come up a bit slower to use the leg muscles. So we're in Tadasana, mountain pose. Big toes together, slight gap between the heels. Just finding that nice posture in your mountain pose. Arms facing forward. Relax the shoulders. And as we breathe in, we take the arms all the way up. Coming all the way down, we bend the knees, coming into our forward fold. Tailbone goes high. Nice bend in the knees. Relaxing through the head and the neck. Just giving them a gentle shake. Inhale, come to a half lift, lengthen. Exhale, we fall back down. Slowly, we're just going to rise up, rounding through the spine as you come up. And again, straight away, take the arms up, breath in. Exhale, we float all the way back down to your forward fold. Again, just check your posture, make sure the tailbone's high. Nice bend in the knees, relaxing the head and the neck. This time I'm going to come all the way back up, slowly coming up. One more time, we take the arms all the way up. And this time we're going to cactus the arms open. So lifting the chest, squeezing the shoulders together. We step back with the left foot. So coming into a high lunge. Might need to alter your footing if that doesn't feel right. Taking a breath in. And we're going to take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and then just draw the hands down and away. Squeeze the shoulders, lifting the chest. Nice full breath in. Exhale, we drop the hands, taking the feet back together. We'll do that on the other side. Sweep the arms up. Nice breath in. Exhale, bring the hands to cactus arms, lifting the chest. Stepping back with the right foot this time. Nice high lunge. Just holding it there. Pushing that right hip forward. Exhale, taking the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers. If that's too much, you can just grab hold of the opposite arm and still lift the chest, squeeze the shoulders together. Again, we draw the hands down and away. Exhale, release, bring the feet back together. So this time I'm going to step back with the left foot. We're coming into a warrior two, so take the arms wide. Looking over the fingers of your front hand. The front heel should be lined up with the arch of the back foot. We don't want the body leaning forward or anything like that. All the weight should be stacked upon the hips. So we've not got any lean backwards, forwards. So just taking a couple of breaths in your warrior two. We're coming into a side angle. So dropping this front arm down. We're going to reach the back arm all the way over. Again, pull the left shoulder back. Lift the heart towards the ceiling. Exhale, we'll come back to our warrior two. I'm going to windmill the arms all the way down, framing that right foot. Spin the left toes forwards, and we step it back to a plank position. Drop to your knees at any time if that plank's too much. Okay, so in our plank, we're just going to drop one knee at a time. Keep the belly squeezing in. Left knee drops. Bring them back together. Right knee drops. Again, back together. Left knee to the floor. Hold it. Right knee to the floor. And we hold our plank for 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees to the mat. We'll take a child's pose. Big toes together. Separate the knees. Reach the arms forward. Sit the bottom back to the heels. Just taking a couple of breaths in your child's pose just to reset. Just taking a breath. This is your resting position, so if any time you feel that things are too much, just come to your child's pose and just take your time, take a breath. Lovely. Bringing the knees back to centre, coming to a tabletop position. We're going to tuck the toes under, lift the knees, send the hips up and back to your first downward dog. Just pedalling into the feet. Stretching through the back of the legs, lengthening down the sides of the body. You can take a nice bend to the knees, sending the tailbone up towards the sky. Look forward, walk the feet all the way back to the hands. And then roll yourself all the way back to standing. So this time I'm going to step back with the right foot. Come into your warrior two. Back foot's parallel to the back edge of the mat. Nice bend in the front knee. Arms are wide. Take a nice bend in that front knee. Just make sure that the knee doesn't go past the ankle. Nice strong warrior. Just holding this position, strengthening the legs. Dropping the front arm down. And as you breathe in, reach up and over with that back arm. Again, the shoulder pulls backwards, lifting the heart to the ceiling. And breathe. Nice full breaths through the nose. Exhale, bring it back to your warrior two. Windmill the arms down, frame that left foot, spin the right foot forward. And again, this time we step the left foot back to the right, coming into a plank position. From our plank this time, we're going to move through a chaturanga. So take your own option. You can either drop to the knees and slither through, baby cobra, or you can do a full chaturanga, shift the weight past the wrists, lower yourself down, come to an upward facing dog. Your choice, just do whatever feels good for you. And then send it all the way back to your downward dog. Taking a breath. This is your resting position as well. Lovely. We drop the knees to the mat. Step the right foot forward. We're coming into a low lunge. Inhale, take the arms up. And we're going to feel as though we're squeezing the thighs together. Again, dropping the hands to the mat. We lift that, we tuck the left toes under, lift that left leg. Step it back to your plank. Just stepping the opposite foot through. We're coming to the lunge on the other side. So find your foot in. Nice breath in. Brings us up to your low lunge on the left. Exhale. Take the hands back down to the mat. Just going to bring the knees together. Swing the legs around to the front. So bringing the legs out in front. It's only a short practice today. So we're just going to lie down and come into a bridge position. So the knees are bent, feet are on the floor. Hands are on the mat. We've got the knees at hip distance, so we don't want them going out. We want them nicely in line with the hips. On your next breath, we're going to lift the hips, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs. And we're just going to hold it for 3, 2, 1. Start to lower down as slow as you can. It's the lowering down that does all the work. So when I say slow, I mean like really slow. And you'll definitely feel this tomorrow if you're doing it right. And again, take a breath in, lifting the hips. We're going to hold it. 3, 2, 1. And again, start to lower it down really slowly. And we're going to do our last one. So as you breathe in, lift the hips. Now we're going to come onto the heels. So dig the heels into the mat. Again, still lifting the hips up. Holding it for 3, 2, 1. This time we're just going to lift and lower, lift and lower. So we're not taking it all the way down to the mat, just slight movement up and down. And this time again, slowly just taking it all the way back down to the mat. Lovely. When you get there, just hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. Just massaging the lower back against the mat with some gentle circles. And take the feet back to the floor. Just take the legs out long. Let the feet drop out to the sides. Arms by your sides. And just let the whole body completely relax. Just taking a few moments for yourself today. Thanking yourself for turning up to your practice. And I wish you lots of love. Namaste.